Hi, I'm Mike, owner of the In Groove in Phoenix, Arizona. Today I'm doing the new arrival video for July 4th, 2025. This should be the biggest new arrival video probably of the year. But unfortunately, most of the stuff that I would show you guys today is actually not coming to me till later on today after this video is already filmed. So I'll have it in time for everybody. It'll be here. But because it was coming via a freight carrier, because there is so much stuff, it is not going to be here in time to show you guys on camera. I'll show it next week, and I'll tell you about it this week, but unfortunately, I don't have it to show you guys. It's a bummer, but yeah, it would be a pretty massive long video had I gotten those pallets of records to show you guys. But we'll do what we can do. I've got a big whatnot coming up this particular Sunday. We're doing a first pressing auction, a massive first pressing auction. 11 o'clock Arizona time on Sunday, 200 first pressings, mostly US, some UK first pressings, including a UK Led Zeppelin 1 turquoise, non-strikeout matrix, a Robert Ludwig Led Zeppelin 2 hot cut. Everything though is previewable. If you click the link below, go to the Sunday stream, you could see everything we are going to auction off. Not only that, at the end of this video, I've got a flip set up again where you guys can get like a visual of everything we're going to auction off this Sunday. I have my normal Thursday auction slated for later on today at 5 o'clock Arizona time, but the big one is going to be the Sunday stream. Probably going to be about 4 hours. It's pretty quick because everything is in the system already. But yeah, okay. So let's go over this week's new pre-orders. Starting with probably the biggest, which is the Funkadelic catalog. Now that is being reissued by Org Music. All the Westbound titles, the later Parliament, Funkadelic, like the Casablanca stuff, this isn't part of that. But Org Music announced a couple of years ago they're doing a partnership with Westbound and they're going to be doing all the Funkadelic. And they're going to be doing all the Funkadelic in analog. So the first title is the Funkadelic self-titled album. Now that's coming out August 29th. I did a standalone video on this if you want kind of a more in-depth of it. The last video I published on YouTube. But this thing is coming out in a bunch of different ways. It's coming out as a black 33 RPM and a purplish 33 RPM, which is going to be considered the indie exclusive. It's also coming out on 45 RPM. Black vinyl, and we have an In Groove exclusive on orange creamsicle color, I think is the official color for that. Limited to 500 copies. Now, the 45 RPMs are actually analog, whereas the 33 are digital. If you wanted analog, you got to get the 45 RPM. I explained this and the reason for that in great detail on that other video. If you're interested, watch the video. But I have 500 of these things coming, and I want to say we're about 65–70% sold out. I've gotten a lot of emails from international customers wanting to be able to order this. Unfortunately, I don't do pre-orders for international customers. The way we process customs is a little convoluted, and I don't really have the ability to offer it because of the third party we use for customs. But I'm going to save 100 copies, and I'm going to make them all available the day of the release. So if you're international, you'll have plenty enough opportunity the day of release to get it ordered. But if you're in the United States, you can pre-order it probably for the next couple of days, and then I'm going to cut the pre-orders off because we're getting towards the end. But the others available, they're going to be in stock items. They're not going to be limited. The other ones are going to be, available probably for years. But the In Groove exclusive, only 500 copies. 45 RPM, all analog. It is the only variant of the 45 RPM that's going to be released, as far as I know, as of now anyways. So yeah, coming out August 29th. Okay, the Cranberries, 30th anniversary of No Need to Argue, coming out as a regular and a deluxe edition on August 15th. I think the deluxe includes bonus tracks and maybe some live cuts. Billy Idol is reissuing 3 albums that I don't know if these have ever been reissued, but kind of his late 80s stuff. Charm Life, Don't Stop, and Whiplash Smile. Those are coming out August 15th. Phil Collins has got a couple of releases coming out. No Jacket Required. This is kind of like a super deluxe box set. I think it's 4 LPs and some other stuff. and they're coming out with a standalone Blu-ray as well. Those are coming out September 12th. Mobile Fidelity has announced they are doing Parliament's Mothership Connection. Absolute banger of a title. That is coming out to be announced. Now, with Mobile Fidelity, they're not really announcing anything super far in advance, so most of their to-be-announced timeframes end up being about 3 months. That's kind of where we're at this point. But really looking forward to that. Looking forward to all the Parliament stuff. If you're a P-Funk fan, good times. Lee Morgan, The Procrastinator. That is a Blue Note classic title coming out August 15th. And Wayne Shorter's The Soothsayer, also coming out August 15th. All in all, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Blue Note classic stuff is amazing. So, some of the stuff, the big titles, not all of it, but some of the big titles that I don't have to show you, again, because I've got pallets in transit to me, are the Rhino Reserve, Tim Buckley, Happy Sad. Maybe I'll put it up over here, in this corner. All of the Doors, although they sent me one random copy of LA Woman, I can show you guys. All the Doors Rhino Hi-Fi titles, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Two of the titles I was in the room, witnessed them do. One of the titles has my initials in the dead wax. It's exciting for me. I mean, I'm excited. You guys probably are looking at me like, yeah, who cares? I think it's awesome. Did a whole standalone video on it. I was elated. Watch the video if you're interested, but I'll show it to you in a minute. Superdrag, also coming later today. Wildly popular title. I kind of was, in the distance aware of Superdrag, They did an album in the 90s. It was an album. It wasn't, Anima, but it was an album. But holy cow, have we sold an immense amount of the Superdrag. That is coming again later today. Television's Adventure, the Rhino Hi-Fi, later today. The Stooges, self-titled, Rhino Hi-Fi, also later today. Now the Cars, self-titled, and the Television first album, those are coming out next week. Another huge couple of releases. There's a lot more stuff coming later today. Unfortunately, you're not going to see it on my show until next week, because sometimes things just come after I film. Like, for instance, these two Bruce Springsteen box sets. These actually came the day after I filmed last week, but I show them to you the following week. This is the Lost Albums. 7 new studio albums from 1983 to 2018 on 9 LPs. We've got the LP version, which is what you're looking at here. What are the name of these? LA Garage Sessions 83, Streets of Philadelphia Sessions, Faithless, Somewhere North of Nashville, Enyo, Twilight Hours, and Perfect World. So that is the vinyl box set. And you can also get the CD version of the box set, which more or less comes in the exact same box. It's just CDs. "82 previously unreleased tracks, 74 never before heard songs, 8 alternative versions from different sessions, plus 1 soundtrack song never available on a Springsteen album." All right. There is the one Rhino Hi-Fi title, and by one, I mean not only is this the only album I can show you, they only sent me 1 copy on this particular order. Again, the rest of the huge quantity of these things that I ordered are on the way to us. We'll get them later today. That is The Doors, LA Woman. My favorite album of all time. I was here, well, I was there when this album was cut by Kevin Gray. This is the album that has my initials in the dead wax. This is a phenomenal record, cut at 33 RPM. I'm not just saying it because my initials are in the dead wax, but I love this record. It's fantastic. And if somebody came to me and said, you know what, Mike, you could do any album you want, and you could do it any way you want, I would say, oh, you know what? I would love to do LA Woman. I would do it at 33 RPM. I would have Kevin Gray cut it from the original master tape. I would use a Stoughton tip-on jacket, and I would press it at Fidelity Records. That's exactly what I would do. And that's almost what this is. They press them at optimal, but everything else ticks all the boxes the exact way that I would do it. Fantastic. They're doing all 6 records as a Rhino Hi-Fi. LA Woman, the other 5 titles I'll have later today. I'll show them to you guys next week. It's awesome. It's fantastic. Good times, good times. Dan Fogelberg's Souvenirs. This is from Impex Records, available on all analog 180 gram vinyl for the very first time. Limited to a one-time pressing of 3,000. That's interesting because normally what Impex does is they'll do a numbered variation and then they'll do unnumbered. But here they are flat out telling you this is limited to 3,000 copies. It's not coming back a second time. Beautiful, thick tip-on jacket, gatefold, really well done. Yeah. Analog master, let's see, remastered from the original 1-to-1 copies, so it's remastered from a safety copy by Chris Bellman at Bernie Grumman Mastering. Third Eye Blind. This is, what is this? Grape colored vinyl. This is an indie pressing on grape colored vinyl. 2 LPs on Rhino. It's crazy windy out there. I don't know if you guys are hearing any of that noise in the background, but it's wild out there. We got a cold front coming in here, so I'm looking forward to the July cold front in Phoenix. From Music on Vinyl, we have Alanis Morissette's Havoc and Bright Lights, limited to 1,500 numbered copies on crystal clear vinyl. 2 LP, kind of has a linen cover. This is number 1048 of 1,500. Psychedelic Porn Crumpets, Carpe Diem Moon Man. James Brown, It's a Mother. This album contains Mother Popcorn. This is from Elemental Music. Roy Ayers, original motion picture soundtrack to Coffee. Fantastic blaxploitation soundtrack. Highly recommend it. Really, really good soundtrack. Super funky. Does not disappoint. Originals, pricey. Leon Ware, Musical Message. This is another Elemental title. Originally on Motown. King Arison, The King Arrives. Now this is from Charlie. This is not a title that I'm familiar with, but it looks really good. And I'm going to give this a listen to. Wilton Felder on bass. This looks pretty good. Freddie King's Texas Cannonball on Elemental Music. Wu-Tang Clan, Enter the Wu-Tang, 36 Chambers live from New York State of Mind Tour at Climate Pledge Arena. Boy, that's a mouthful. Limited edition, random regrind, 100% recycled material from other releases. That's exactly what I was thinking we needed. Used regrind records for our Wu-Tang. Boy, oh boy, the industry is really jumped the shark. Really, really jumped the shark. It's unfortunate. Ooh, this should have been up front. Blue Note Tone Poet. This is Sam Rivers, A New Conception. All analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Fantastic Sam Rivers record. Love it. And Dexter Gordon's Landslide. Again, Blue Note Tone Poet, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. This was kind of a little like boom surprise. I was doing my ordering and I saw this and I'm like, oh, awesome. Let's get this. Check it out. This is Corey Weeds. The last Kevin Gray coherent release was Corey Weeds. This is that Corey Weeds. Corey Weeds meets Jerry Weldon. This is this label is Cellar Music. It is limited edition of 200 copies. I got every copy I could. But yeah, it was limited edition, 200 copies. So that is it for this week's stuff I can actually show you. Now I've got a couple of records that are on sale that I'm going to show you guys to kind of just have a couple more records to show you. And then I'll do the flip video of this Sunday's Whatnot afterwards. From Record Store Day, this is all analog, cut from tape, the Rolling Stones, Out of Our Heads. Normally 31 bucks, we've got it for $25. This is, yeah, mastered directly from the original analog tape. It's got Satisfaction on it. More sales. Nathaniel Ratcliffe and the Night Sweats. Indie Record Store exclusive, normally 26 bucks. We've got it for $16.99. Primus Green Naugahyde. Normally $36. We've got it for $21.99. If you go to the website, you click on the top left drop down, which is the main drop down, there's actually a section on sale. Everything that we have that is on sale is in that section. Probably about 300 or 400 items right now. We've got Dark Knight's Death Metal. Dark Knight's Death Metal soundtrack. Chelsea Wolfe, Denzel Curry, Gray Days, Soccer Mommy. Normally 30 bucks. We've got it for $19.99. This is on Electric Smoke vinyl. From Craft Records, we have Madeline Peyrou's Careless Love. This is the 3-disc deluxe edition set. Normally 60 bucks. We've got it for $39.99. 3 LPs. Blue Note Classic, all analog, cut from the original master tape by Kevin Gray. Kenny Cox, introducing Kenny Cox. Normally 26 bucks. We've got it for $15.99. And last, we've got AFI's Bodies on black, gray, and silver tricolored vinyl. Normally $25, $15.99. Check out the sale section. It's a lot of stuff that I've had a little too long, and I've ordered a little too much, and it's time for it to go. So a lot of the stuff I'm either making no money or losing money. I'm mostly losing money, but I could use the space to get ready for the massive quantity of Doors Rhino Hi-Fis that I'm going to be putting in that back room. Stick around. I'll show you guys the flip video of everything that's going to be auctioned off this Sunday. Until next time.